Shreveport City Councilman James Flurry is here. Hey, Mr. James, thank you for taking time for us. How are you today?
Good morning. Great.
Big meeting yesterday. Well, not a big meeting, not all that many people, but you and a couple of other Shreveport City Council guys got pitched the big pitch, $1 billion Cross Bayou development. What did they tell you, and why is this, in their opinion, the best idea of all time?
Well, they kind of outlined what the project was going to consist of, and they also talked about how they were going to come up with funding and financing and a component of I call it like a municipal center, a government type building with offices that they were working with state government to incorporate and bring all those government offices to the downtown area.
You said they talked about what they're going to do to come up with funding. What did they say?
They said that they were going to. They gave us a list of companies that they have basically made the pitch to, and see if they have any interest in providing long-term financing. And you know, a 12-year, I believe it averages out to $100 million a year financing. So $1 billion. And then they would talk about this educational type technical center that I didn't quite grasp all of it, but I understand where they're coming from, trying to have some training for IT tech people.
In your opinion, are they coming to the city of Shreveport with their hands out?
No, I don't see anything. The only thing that I see is we'll probably have to build some infrastructure, some water and sewer lines. I see us having to maybe do some street, type over on the Cross Bayou. But
how's about any sort of EPA?
But as far as us coming up and the financing and doing all that, I didn't see anything or hear anything indicate that was the case.
Did they talk about? There's been talks about the environmental impact that there may be some cleanup involved. Did that come up?
I don't recall that coming up, but here's the reason I didn't ask that question, because whether they do it or not, we still going to have to deal with that problem long range. So that problem's there either with them or without them.
Does Shreveport maintain ownership of that land, and they would lease it?
Well, that is a possible option. That was, did mention that would be something to look at.
Is there any proposal in here for a minor league basketball team? Is that still a possible element?
Or the arena at all?
No, that wasn't mentioned. I didn't hear one word of that, nor did I see it in the book that they gave me.
Is the infrastructure basically what they want from us? I guess is sort of the land, and they want us to build the roads. Would, in your opinion, that take? Would we have to borrow the money? Would we have to float a bond for that, or do we have that in, I guess, the operating fund?
Well, I'm sure that we would have some of it, but I feel like that if as big a projects as I kind of guessed, that we would probably have to do some type of bond.
But certainly less than the $30 million that the previous.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you support it today? Would you ask the mayor to sign this memorandum of understanding?
As of today, I believe I'm leaning. I'm not 100%, but I believe I'm at about 90% saying yeah. I think it would be, because I don't see it obligating the city to anything. It's just a memorandum of understanding, exactly what it says. It lets them move forward with those people in Wall Street that are interested in financing. They got some pretty good players there that they're talking to.
Do you have some red flags that you do have concerns about?
At this time, there are some, but I'm not publicly going to. I'm working behind the scene on trying to identify the ones that I'm concerned with, but I don't have a major concern.
One of my concerns has been that the state would be the primary tenant in the big office complex down there at Cross Bayou, which means you're going to move folks from the corner of Fairfield and Jordan, the state building there, which means you're going to have a great big empty building at the corner of Fairfield and Jordan. Is that a concern to you at all?
Well, not really. But I'm going to tell you, we already have the Shumpert. That building is old. That Fairfield building, gas building, that thing is old. So, I mean, here's the deal. One of my flags was the fact that the governor is talking to these people. But what happens if they don't get this deal signed with the state? What happens if we get a new governor?
What if the charter school doesn't come?
Yeah.
There are a lot of what ifs. I imagine now.
That's the reason I didn't. I just want to kind of.
What sort of did they intimate? Did they come out and say bluntly that they are in discussions with the state? That they are in discussions with whoever it is would be in charge of the charter school, etc.
Yeah, they show. It's public information. They show Sam Jenkins' letter of support. Barbara Norton, State Representative Barbara Norton, has given a letter of support. And I thought I saw where Senator Tarver was supporting. And so, I'm sure that they're meeting with the governor and everybody else on it. And then, just some type of understanding with them.
Now, they're talking about also 5,000 housing for about 5,000 people. Is any of that going to be set aside for subsidized housing, et cetera?
Probably some would be set aside. I don't know just how much, but it would be some.
A vote on this before the council. I said earlier there's no way in HE double hockey sticks this will happen before the April 28th election. Being a little skeptical, would you agree?
I agree with you 100%. Yeah, it'll sidetrack to get us off of the issue of getting these 6 proposals passed.